Do you feel that this is a trap for the Kikuyu community, or rather the Mount Kenya region?
It is a good trap, an enticing trap. They will only come to regret much later. One thing I want to advise Kikuyus, to just monitor closely the Somalis. Monitor closely the Somalis.
Disclaimer: the opinions expressed by our esteemed guest on this show is solely their own and does not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of Plug TV, its affiliates, or the production team. We kindly request our viewers to approach the opinions shared on this show with an open mind, considering them as individual viewpoints rather than absolute truths. We encourage you to conduct further research and engage in conversations beyond this program to form a well-rounded understanding of the topics discussed.
Of course, tumekuwa tukiona vitu nyingi zina happen right now.
Zile zote nilikwambia.
Yeah, zote.
So umeacha kusema mimi ni sijielewi.
Watu walisema wewe ni conspiracy theorist. Kama si hivyo na bado unafanya kazi kwa serikali as a member of the National Intelligence Security.
So how can an intelligence security prophesy? Me, I'm giving a prophetic message. I told you, Raila will be given a lot of money. He will come into the government, and he was given that money in Mombasa, huge good money. And then he shifted the camp. The next minute uliona akichunga ng'ombe wapi? Uganda
na the
president na Museveni walikuwa huko, and the deal was done. Na kutoka siku hizo madamano ikaisha, and then from that time Gachagua akaanza tribulation zake zikaanza kuanguka.
Now, before tufike huko, do you feel that currently Raila is the cause of all this tribulation that Gachagua is facing?
That is the work of Raila from since the days of Moi. That's the work of Raila. He got into Moi, Saitoti ndio huyo. Akaingia ndani ya Kibaki, maneno ikaharibika. Akaingia ndani ya Raila Uhuru. All these things that you see. No, Raila, watu hawajaielewa Raila. Raila has never been into power. Has never into that I want power. He's using the position he has to make money. So he knows that if I get power, it's okay. But already I have the power. The power is the people behind me. So there's a difference of you ascending to the seat of presidency, being sworn in like Ruto, and then having the sword, and that's the time you got the power. Raila has a continuous power, a manpower that people will follow him. Whatever he says, people will be behind him. So Raila has never been out of power.
He's always inside.
He's always in power because he has a tool that makes that power. And the tool that makes power is the institution. Him as an institution, and the institution, the people that he brings together. Raila believes in institution. Like in people kama Uhuru believes in individualistic aspect, having the power and then suppressing everybody. But Raila is the one that uses people, surrounds himself with the people, and then he drives his power and his agenda using the people, but he himself also, he is an institution. Raila is an institution. He's a move. He's a nation. Raila is a man that he go to Coast, people will follow him. He go to Kisumu, people will follow him. He go to wherever. He go to Central Kenya where people hate him. People will still come with that hate to listen to him. Yeah, because he is a government by himself. Yeah, there are very few people that are created that way. He is an institution that you cannot dispute, you cannot fight against.
Wow. Now, talking about that issue, ukiangalia right now, kumekuwa na this debate ya one man, one shilling, one vote. The deputy president has been trying to propel that issue right now. Why do you feel he's, bringing up that debate?
Yeah, the debate is not Gachagua's debate. I told you, Ruto will try to force a constitution so that the constitution can make him a long-term president by changing term limit. Do you remember when I told you this?
Yeah.
Whatever Gachagua is saying is not his. It's an agenda from the Muslim fraternity. We have 3 sets of government right now. We have a set of the Ruto government. we have the Gachagua government, and we have the Muslim agenda government. And all of them, they have power, equal power. Only that Gachagua doesn't have that power because it took him too long to know the intrigues of things. He was just that Dio, that royal Dio to the president. You remember the royal the Gachagua Dio, the royal one, who will say everything is okay.
Moi's regime.
Moi regime. So it took a long time for Gachagua to realize that things can turn against him. Until when he saw in the morning, they had a breakfast with the Ruto, and 2 hours later, he through on his phone, he sees this is Ruto, this is Raila, this is Museveni. Where? In Mbale. Then it was a shocker to him. He could not believe it because they had breakfast. He was not even told, I'm going to Uganda because of ABCD. Just the same thing that happened to Uhuru and Raila. Now the issue here is, these 3 governments are so dangerous for this nation. Ruto is balancing everything. He's using and accepting to everything and anything because he wants to pass through the second term. And if he wins the second term, then he will use the muscles to destroy everybody around so that he can remain relevant for the next 20, 30 years. And now, 1 man, 1 shilling. Why is it coming? It is not Gachagua's agenda. It was Uhuru's agenda. But now, the people who brought it down are the people now who bring it up. Why? Ruto wants to change the constitution such that the term limit will be removed. Now, what will happen is that these gentlemen, they have, through the intelligence, through the systems of the government, they have implanted it into Gachagua to start speaking about it. And they told Gachagua that this one will bring relevance to your community. That people will now, you will become a king to the community because you are speaking for them. And in this place, what will happen, they will advocate, the push will come, then we have 1 man, 1 shilling, 1 vote. Then a committee will be selected through Bomas and all those kind of things. You know, the intrigues of Bomas. Then from there, what will happen is that the proposal will be drafted, and this is how we need to change this constitution. And now Kikuyus, to be sold to Kikuyus, that we are even adding you one more county or several constituencies. And because this is the agenda of the Kikuyus, that they want 1 man, 1 vote, because they are the generators of the economy, but the beneficiaries of the economy are the Somalis, are the Turkanas, and the other people who don't work. But Kikuyus think that they are doing business, they are working, they are the ones who have been taxed heavily. And now because of the taxation, the money they get goes to benefit, because you find the children from Northeastern, they get as much as 100,000 for their school fees. But you go to Central Kenya, you find the match you can get from Central Kenya is 5,000 shillings. So you see the match of the build-up of the economy is from Mount Kenya, from Central Kenya, from Nairobi. And now Kikuyus feel that they have been betrayed. So when you entice them through 1 man, 1 shilling, 1 vote, all Kikuyus will be behind it and they will support it to the advantage of Ruto.
But at the end of the day, that won't be the main agenda. The
main agenda for the Ruto government, now once they agree that we are going to change this, we are also going to add counties, constituencies, and wards. They are going to be added. Now there will be another something hidden inside. Let us remove term limits.
What?
Yeah.
So that could be the plan now.
The entire plan is about term limit.
Because at the end
Ruto doesn't want to force himself that he becomes a president that is forcibly there. He wants to use democracy to be there, like Kagame, like Museveni. He wants to remove the term limit because he knows at whatever time he will always win the battle. He will also win an election. So that is why that is what he's creating, that it will work to remove the term limit. The entire thing is all around term limit.
Do you feel that this is a trap for the Kikuyu community, or rather the Mount Kenya region?
It is a good trap, an enticing trap. They will only come to regret much later but it is an enticing trap, because now more constituencies will come. Because now, like Kiambu, we have about 2 million people. We need another county for Kiambu just to be able to equitably make it possible for the leadership. We go to Muranga the same. We go to the Nyeri, Kirinyaga the same. All these places, and also addition of more constituencies will make management in the entire region become a bit better, and the resource distribution will become good for the Kikuyu. This is an enticing problem. You are shifting, you are removing one disease from your body, and then inserting another one to kill. You're putting a bacteria to kill a bacteria. But the beneficiary of all this is Ruto. Remember now, Ruto is going to America. The reason why he want to be there, he will become a blue-eyed boy. Remember the days of Museveni, when other nations like Kenya were being forced to do multi-party, and Museveni was never forced to do multi-party. Was a darling of the America. Now that Museveni is not a darling of America, they are creating a new kingpin.
And that is Ruto.
In the wave of the Russian intrusion in Africa. So the Cold War has officially been launched. The going of Ruto to the US, it is the official launch of Cold War. The Russia versus the America, the USSR versus the Western countries, that is America and Europe. Now what is going to happen now here, Ruto will be built as a kingpin for Africa. Meanwhile, the Russian will also build another person. That's why we have the BRICS and the Ruto side. Now Ruto will be empowered, will be so powerful in Africa to speak for Africa when it comes to the Western world. While the BRICS, we have Akina Ramaphosa and all those, and you see Russia has taken over Sierra Leone.
Yeah, I've seen.
Those countries, they have put their presidents. America is in a panic mode because Russia is removing all the old leadership and creating a new leadership that they can be able to control. It is another scramble for Africa. It's another scramble for the power, for the resources, because the next thing in this world is Africa. Both religious, political, and economy. The next thing is Africa. Religion-wise, the current Christianity, the current white man Christianity is going to scramble, and we are going to have a new African Christianity. That is what they're calling the revival. People now, you see, people are saying Jesus was black, whatever. Israel was not where it is. Africa is a name that was given to us, that was Afrikaners, somebody who won a battle against us, and that's why the African has been given this country. And it has been now discovered that all of a sudden that the Garden of Eden is from South Africa up to way to Kenya. That Africa was known as Ethiopia, Nubi, Kush, Libya, Kushi. All those are the names of Africa. And the name Africa was not there. You see, the very new discovery that are favoring Africa. So it is an agenda, a global agenda. Remember also, we have this AI, the artificial intelligence that is pushed by the one world order people. They want to suppress everything, that we are going to go digital. And the Ruto has accepted it. You see now, the other day Ruto said about let people come in, let people be given passport, then people don't visas and everything for free, because he want to create a confusion such that once there's a confusion in a nation like this one, he will be forced to say, now what we need to do, we need to have a global e-passport. And that is what the agenda the Americans are pushing, that we scrap the entire Africa, the entire nations, and then we have a one single passport that is an e-passport. Now, when you have an e-passport, they are able now to take all your data. Once they have your data, they will be able to control us, to manipulate us, and do whatever they want with us. That is point one, why Ruto is he will be lifted up and become so powerful. He's going to be given a very special position, and not even a position, reception in America. It will be the best. None of the African presidents have ever gotten it. none of the African presidents have ever found it. Just wait, you'll see it. It will be a special for a special president.
Now, just talking about what's happening currently in Kenya, especially in regards to the Mount Kenya issue. If right now you met with Gachagua and the Mount Kenya people, since you're from there, I believe, would you advise them to, to support that agenda of 1 man, 1 shilling, 1 vote?
Of course, I will support it and I will push for it. I'm also pushing for it. We better now deal with the disease that we have now. The other disease, we shall deal with it when it comes. Because Kikuyus are good at that. One thing I want to advise Kikuyus, to just monitor closely the Somalis. Monitor closely the Somalis. The agenda is not in Ruto. The main dangerous agenda for the Kikuyus is the Somalis. You see now the Somalis, what they are doing, they have established a new city. It is a new city.
Yeah, I noticed
a complete new city. Railway city is starting very soon.
Railway city?
Railway city.
Where will that be?
Railway city, Ndura, going to Makongeni, going to the most part of the railway.
The Landis Road.
The Landis, all that. They are going to build a city. And who is behind it? Who is pushing for it? Uhuru was in it, but the Somalis. That is why you saw the commotion between Wanjiro and the parking. And then he's saying the land was grabbed. It was not a grabbed land. There is a system that was brought there. So that this system will work for the city to build, how to build that city. Now they are there, they are working.
So for you, you would tell the Kikuyus that even as they continue maybe supporting this agenda, they should be mindful.
One thing the Kikuyus must know, they are not in the government. They are not in the government. Akina Ndidi Nyoro, akina naito nani? Kimani Ichung'wah, they must now realize they are not in the government. Ruto finished with them long time ago. But they are working together because Ruto wants to balance until the second term. He gets the second term. But for now, the Kikuyu agenda is not in the mind of Ruto. What is in the mind of Ruto is the Luos, the Kalenjins, the Luyas, all kind of thing. He is consolidating. And again, at the same time, destroying the infrastructure of the Kikuyu, that the Kikuyus will never have a president anymore. Then the Muslims, who is most likely Duare will be the running mate, to Ruto, because the Somalis have increased their population. Kikuyu population is not that thing that you will just brag around with.
But sorry to cut you short, but according to the statistics, Kikuyus have at least 8, I think above that.
Yes.
They are the biggest, they have the biggest population in the country.
Yes.
The Somali are around position 5 up on around 7 million people.
But that is what Ruto needs. If he backs in the Kalenjin, he gets the Luyas and he gets the Luos, and then he has the Somalis. Somalis have increased have money, and they have increased their population. The agenda of the Somalis, they followed the Abuja Declaration, that every man was pushed to marry like 4 wives, and then get 8 children. That you find 1 man has 32. It is an agenda that was pushed through the Muslim Brotherhood. And then they raised a lot of money that they are supporting businesses. Those who meza want to support businesses zako so that they can grow the capital base and the population base. Then at the same time as they were growing their population, they were also growing the capital base, that is finances, and then they grew the power. And the first thing, they didn't go for the bigger power. They went for the security power. You find Duare ako kwa jeshi, ukienda kwa CID ni wao, ukienda intelligence ni wao, ukienda the strategic plan economic plan, strategic economic plan, anaitwa Adam, ako State House. Huyo sasa ndio kusema, si minister na si governor, huyo sasa ndio kusema. You find wameshika economy na wameshika security system. These security systems ndio nasikia Ruto sasa ameanza kusema that watu kule mipakani, mipaka ifunguliwe, watu wasizuiliwe, because wanataka kuleta wenzao wengi waingie to boost the population. Once the population is boosted, now they will be able to counter any threat from Wakikuyu. One of them wamenunua properties za Wakikuyu, wamenunua biashara zote za Wakikuyu, meaning they will be controlling the economy. Then they have their man Ruto. Ruto will give them the power, and now they also controlling the intelligence, the security, every apparatus. It's being controlled. Now, at the end of the day, utakuta Mkikuyu hata hitajika. Maana hakuna kitu analete. Ndindi Nyoro ni sycophant wa Ruto. Ishongwa ni sycophant wa Ruto. They are si watu wako na clout kwa ground. Wevu ile itakuja, Ndindi Nyoro hataona kiti. Na mtu anaitwa nani hataona kiti. Ishongwa. Because
hata Gachagua.
Hata Gachagua
is the next president after Ruto.
Let me tell you, my brother.
2032 ni Gachagua for real.
Do you know why Ruto became the president?
No, maybe you tell me.
He has been in the government for over 40 years. Since the days of Moi. He's strategically been working for it. Gachagua was just picked to become the running mate just the other day. He got no infrastructure, he got no structure, he got
financial
nothing.
muscle. Does he have the financial
He doesn't have my financial muscle. Again, Gachagua is mean. He's not like Ruto. Ruto is big pocketed. Gachagua is mean. Gachagua atakiwa na milioni 20 ama milioni 100 and the people are hungry outside there, he will do nothing. You see like my Mahio. It is the Kikuyus who are affected. He will be there supporting them, building the houses. He went there, took 10,000 to them. He gave them 10,000. Now, what can you do? Can you do with 10,000? The people I have now here are from Korogosho. They are old women. They are former Mau Mau people. He calls himself a son of Mau Mau, but he cannot go to Korogosho to help them. You see, he is mean. He doesn't know how to use money. Ruto knows how to use money. Akina Duales, they know how to use money. You see, at the end of the day, the politics of Kenya is controlled by money, controlled by power and supremacy. This guy is mean. He doesn't have followers. He doesn't have a team. He's not like Jakina Janga Karume that he had clout to control people. Mtu kama Uhuru, he had clout to control people. But this guy is alone. So
at the end of the day, you think no matter how hard he tries,
maybe the thing again I want to caution you, and that's why I'm not saying that I'm not ruling him out. What I'm saying that he doesn't have a strategy to go anywhere. He doesn't have a strategy, and maybe that is why he's coming up with 1 shilling, 1 vote to build to usher a thing that will usher him in to become a strategist and to have a foundation where to go through. The problem with the Kikuyus, they don't have a permanent king.
But Uhuru is the
no,
king.
He has never been a king. Let me show you this. Kikuyus, they produce a leader on a need base. Uhuru came to power because of ICC. We just wanted to protect him. We just gave him a seat that we can shield him. When he's a president, he cannot be jailed. Kibaki became president because of Moi must go. He was not even popular. Matiba was popular. Matiba is the founder of the democracy. But Matiba didn't get it. After the problem of Matiba diseases, people just dumped Matiba. Kikuyu dumped Matiba. And they picked who? Mwai Kibaki, because Mwai Kibaki was closer to power. And when he came and they said Moi must go, he became a darling. Remember, this is the same guy who said, bringing democracy to Kenya is like taking a razor blade to cut a mugumo tree. That is Kibaki for you. We used to call him General Kegoya, somebody who is a coward. But who is the beneficiary of the democracy? It's Kibaki. Now everybody is crying Kibaki. Had we known, we could have given Kibaki. Because he said Moi must go. The need was Moi must go. And for Uhuru, the need was ICC. So Kikuyus, we act on a need.
So currently,
we don't have a leader like Raila, where Luos they know this is our man. Kambas know this is Kalonzo is our man. Oro, Wetangula and all those this is our man. We don't have that. It is you find. You see, for example, and let me use an example of Didi Nyoro. Didi Nyoro can be dismissed. I can dismiss him. I'm dismissing him only to find him becoming the president. That if the need, he will be able to address that need. He will become.
So the secret for Gachagua, he needs to have a strategy that will make him look as if
I was Gachagua, I would attend the Muru 3 and entice myself and make myself part of the people who have started the struggle for the liberation of the Kikuyu. I will join them. I will finance them openly without fear. Then I will go and tell these people our enemy is not Ruto as Kikuyus.
Our enemy is none.
Is the Somalis, the economical empowerment. So let us not go and address the issues of Ruto. Let us go and address the economical issues. What is this that is making Kikuyus lose the clout, lose the power? Is because of finances, the control of the finances. We are manipulated, we have been suppressed, and everything that we used to call ours has been taken off by the Somalis. They have taken Isili, they have taken South Bees, they have taken all places that we had. They are in Molanga, they are in Kamku,
they are all over actually.
They are in Nyeri, all over, and they are taking the prime properties and the prime positions where the Kikuyu used to dominate. So that is the greatest enemy of our future. Enemy number two, it is the alcoholism and drugs. It is more serious in Mount Kenya than any other part. So if they can address that, because every woman is crying because of alcoholism, and enemy number three, LGBTQ. All our young boys are not now interested with women. So production
in a reduce.
So if they can address those three things, Somalia as one, the alcoholism and the LGBTQ, homosexuality, then they form a committee, just like the Muslim did a committee through brotherhood, and they build a committee that has worked over 50 years to be where they are. Then they get technocrats, people who are interested in the community. They build a community not through politics, through something technical, and address technical problems. Then Gachagua will be relevant.